Well, you heard it loud and clear last night out there in Oakland. Fans sending a message, a crowd of 35,000 plus on a chilly night yesterday, chanting "Sell the team" as a message to owner John Fisher, of course, taking their talents elsewhere. The franchise heading to Sacramento next season. But today, another game in their final one there, the Coliseum, ending a 57-year history there. You see all the signs and fans. They are going to run it back. Expected a crowd of 46,000 plus, sold out again. But the A's moving back, you remember, to Cali in 1968, prior to 13 seasons at Kansas City. They were going to be maybe one of those good teams because take a look at it. 21 postseason appearances, 6 pennants there, 4 World Series championships. And when it comes to those AL MVPs, 7 of them over the franchise's history there out in Oakland. My guy Matt Snyder here with us for more on this. And Matt, kind of set the scene for us here with the A's in their final home game at the Coliseum. What do you expect tonight?
I expect a raucous crowd that's going to be chanting "Sell the team" a lot, as we saw. Hopefully the A's get a win. I think that, neither one of these teams is a playoff contender right now. So I think I can say, yeah, I would like to see the A's get the W there and leave Oakland on a high note, although it is still mostly a low note, obviously not making the playoffs. And this is not a nondescript franchise. The Oakland A's have been one of the marquee teams in Major League Baseball for a long time. I mean, there's a movie about them in Moneyball. Through the 70s, they were one of the more important teams. Late in the 80s, moving to the 90s, they were one of the most important teams. They've had big personalities along the way. You can see 2 of them right there, and Ricky and Reggie. But it's, Vida Blue, Blue Moon Odom, up through the Giambi brothers, up through Josh Donaldson. They had Bartolo Colon. It's just, you can go on and on and on. This is a franchise with so many big personalities, a lot of winning teams, so much success, and waves of success where they had poor ownership who made them sell off their good players. So then they would start over and they would find a way to recreate a winner. It's just a shame that it's come to this. It's too bad that there wasn't a way to make things work with Oakland. There wasn't a way that for John Fisher to spend more of his money and spend on a stadium instead of asking for more taxpayer dollars. Unfortunate situation all around.
I was going to ask you about that. Some of the history you mentioned there with the A's that we see in the past, the postseason runs, the title teams. What will fans remember about them in their time in Oakland?
Yeah, so the 3 titles in the 70s have to be the big one, right? Because they got the job done there with Reggie Jackson as the centerpiece, Raleigh Fingers holding things down at the back end of the bullpen, Vida Blue, Blue Moon Odom, Sal Bando in the lineup there, Gene Tennis in the lineup there with Reggie Jackson. The late 80s when Jose Canseco came around, Mark McGwire came around, the Bash Brothers. Who doesn't remember that? I mean, that was when I was about 10 years old. That was the first baseball team that seemed larger than life to me. Then they traded back for Ricky Henderson, the greatest leadoff hitter of all time, one of my favorite players of all time. That team in 1989 winning the World Series with the sweep. It did get interrupted by the earthquake. It was the Bay Area World Series. That's one of the most famous World Series there was. Dennis Eckersley closing games out for them. Really memorable team. Tony La Russa, manager there, Hall of Fame manager. It was just a collection of incredible talent there. And that's going to be probably the biggest thing, is you remember some of those teams that they put together with just so much talent and so many big personalities.
Speaking of one of those big personalities, the owner, of course, John Fisher, has taken a lot of heat, and rightfully so, taking the team on in 2005 and the move now overtime to Sacramento. How do you view his leadership over this time? They still made the postseason, but clearly fans not too happy.
Well, he made it incredibly hard on his front office. Anytime a player got too high priced, they were forced to trade them. The highest contract the A's have ever given was Eric Chavez at 6 years and $67 million. That was before Fisher took over. They haven't done anything even close to that under Fisher. That's pathetic. The only other team that hasn't handed out a $100 million contract is the White Sox. And we talk about how bad of an owner Jerry Reinsdorf is all the time. This is the worst owner in Major League Baseball. And that's saying something when you've got Jerry Reinsdorf in the house. I've said many times, and I don't care to be this mean, being born to the parents who founded the Gap is not a life skill. That's just being lucky and being born, halfway to home, not even born on third base and think you hit a triple. He was almost at home plate already. Terrible owner. I don't think things are going to go well in Las Vegas because look at this ownership group. It's frustrating that we have an owner in the league like this. I actually, a few years ago, started calling him Rachel Phelps, who was the owner of Major League, who wanted the team to lose on purpose so she could move them. That seems like that's what happened here these last few years. is after the A's kept making the playoffs, Fisher was like, we're not getting a stadium deal here, so we need to tank this ball club so we get bad enough, then we can justify a move to Vegas. It looks like that's what happened.
When it comes to, of course, this is 2024. Let's say in the future here, if you're Major League Baseball, is there a chance that we can see a team back in Oakland at some point?
Not for a long time. I mean, the way that this went down, Rob Manfred is kind of in the owner's corner more than anything else. And he has said for years that he wanted the stadium situations resolved in Oakland and Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay got their stadium. Oakland did not. Manfred, I think, will hold this over the city. When we go to expansion in a few years, hopefully we do, now that these two situations are resolved. Portland will be ahead of the Oakland in line. Nashville will probably ahead in line. Maybe an international locale will be ahead. I don't think Oakland's going to get a team back for a long time, at least not under Commissioner Manfred.
Wow, and it seems like when it comes to tonight, the fans will definitely let baseball and Oakland, as well as John Fisher, know about the disappointment of this. Matt Snyder, of course, pointed that all out for us today. Speaking of their history, 57 years there after 13 in Kansas City. Take a look at it. The Coliseum has been home since 1968. A lot of history on the field. Made the postseason 21 times. I mentioned those pennants that started in the 70s and then ended in 1980 and 90. And then 4 World Series titles, the last one coming 35 years ago in 1989. And all those MVPs, plenty to go around, not just for one franchise, but so many when it comes to the Oakland A's.